Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best shooting guards in the game, non-gambling cards only, though. So I will say the shooting guard position is not deep like the point guard position is when it comes to these non-gambling shooting guards. And I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate, but it is the truth. And with the exception of really the number one guy, I would say we could honestly use some non-gambling shooting guards. The shooting guard position was really deep with non-gambling cards like a month ago or so when the cards weren't quite as good. But now that we have as many really elite cards as we do, I think we could honestly use a good non-gambling shooting guard or two to finish out the season. Like if this next bold drop was like a 6-7 shooting guard, Dark Matter, that would be a really nice card probably. But that's something we won't find out until Tuesday. In today's video, we're just going to be ranking the top 10 guys that are currently available who aren't gambling cards. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 25,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And at number 10, number 10 best shooting guard in the game, non-gambling, is going to be this Allen Houston card. I like this card. I think he's got a really nice release. He's 6'6", he's athletic, he's a great shooter, super solid playmaker, and a pretty versatile, pretty darn good defender as well. A very solid, well-rounded card. Athletic, good shooter, good movement, good defense, like a solid card. Very nice release, Pro 2 fade, got pretty good SIGs as well. Overall, a super solid Galaxy Opal card. His stats and badges may not be the very best in the game, but they're very solid and very complete, and I think he's a super solid card who still gets the job done at a really high level. Honestly, could be argued higher than number 10 probably. Number 9 is Pink Diamond Kobe, who admittedly on paper is not quite as good as Allen Houston probably, but I think actually plays better. Y'all know how Kobe is still in this game, man. The fact that Pink Diamond Kobe is still this high on a non-gambling list this late in the year when he came out in December is crazy, but a lot of people have a ton of extra Hall of Fame badges on their Kobe 4-1, which really soups him up. Even without a movable enforcer, he's still a versatile, good defender, and he's got great movement, a really great release, and a top-tier fade. And I think his animations are just some of the ones that people are the very most comfortable with this year as well, which is another reason why he's as good as he is. So we're going to go with number 9 for Pink Diamond Kobe. Number 8 is going to be Grant Hill. Missing that immovable enforcer badge as well is something that does hurt this Grant Hill card, but he's 6'8" with a solid release, good movement, super solid, complete stats and badges. Very solid card. Wish he had a movable enforcer. Like I said, SIGs with Kemba Escape, Kyrie dribble style, super duper solid, at least in the half court, and Pro 2 fade as well is nice. The standstill release, I mean, it's smooth and easy. I wouldn't say it's unbelievably fast, but I think it's pretty good. As a whole, I like Grant Hill. The size is probably the number one thing that I really do like about the card. And honestly, you could argue I'm higher than this. I'm leaning towards guys like, for example, I have Elgin Baylor at number 7 now. This Elgin Baylor card, in all honesty, now that I've like used this card and realized how good he is, he's probably better than Grant Hill because release is really good. He's got good movement, Kobe dribble style, decent escape, good behind the back. Fade isn't unbelievable, but his release, I would say, is probably better than Grant's. More importantly than that, though, the defensive versatility of this card with half movable enforcer, ton of defensive badges is really nice. He shoots the ball at a high level, still super athletic, and still can put the ball on the floor. But I think the defensive versatility of the card is what makes him so good. Then a guy like John Havlicek is basically a better version of an Elgin Baylor. Just like Baylor, he's got elite speed, really good slashing, great shooting, and great versatile defense with a movable enforcer, to be fair. Oh, no, he doesn't have a movable enforcer. I forgot this Hondo card didn't have a movable enforcer. I thought he had it on gold. I made a mistake there. I will say, SIGs-wise, this card is amazing. His release is awesome. Kobe fade. SIGs are pretty good as well. Actually, very good. Kyrie dribble style. Kemba escape. The only thing he doesn't have is a good same side hezzy, which does matter, to be fair, but he's got a nice behind the back as well. I like his movement better than Elgin's. I like his movement better than Grant's. I think as a whole, this Hondo card is probably better than both of these guys, but without a movable enforcer, it makes it a little harder for me to put him there. At the same time, I like him better than those cards, so I'm going to put him there. I think it's fair. Number 5 is going to be Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver is just a catch-and-shoot machine at the shooting guard position, who is now a versatile defender. Admittedly, he's limited as a slasher at this point in the year. Playmaking is good, not great. Defensively, he is very solid, though. 6'7", gold movable enforcer, a bunch of good Hoff defensive badges. Good speed, versatile perimeter defender, at least solid, and obviously an incredible shooter with amazing shooting badges. Release is one of the very best in the game as well. Movement could be a little better, especially outside of that Curry behind the back, but this card, if you know how to use him, is legitimately one of the very best shooting guards in the game, without a doubt. I understand stat badge-wise, he's not quite as complete, especially as a slasher, but I think he's really good, and I think if you've used this card, you know how good he really is. Iguodala is who I have at number 4. This Iggy card is available in, the level 36 option pack this season, so he's not a gambling card in my opinion, especially considering he's the best of the cards in that pack, so that's why I include him on this list. The thing about this Iggy card is he was originally a gambling card, yes, but he's so complete. Amazing defensively. This card is very similar to guys like Jimmy Butler, Vince Carter, etc., from the Dark Matters. His release, catch and shoot wise, is not unbelievably good, but he's super athletic, Pro 2 fade, good smooth release, and still very, very good SIGs, Kemba escape, hardened behind the back, MJ dribble style. This Iggy card is still top tier, and I think he's really, really good at the shooting guard position. Mike Miller is at number 3. This Mike Miller is the new best viable shooting guard in the game, in my opinion, better than Korver. 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. He's an inch taller. He's more athletic with posterizer, precision, dunker, whistle on Hoff. Shooting badges are still unbelievably incredible. He's still a solid playmaker, and he's still a versatile, pretty good defender. Has golden move, enforcer. Same size, even better interior stats, actually. 90 driving dunk instead of that 80 with better finishing badges. And then he's an incredible shooter still, and he's got good speed. And release-wise, honestly, his release is very similar to Korver's as well, in terms of it being a really glitchy, fast, easy to get off release. And I think as a whole, that's the thing that makes this a really, really, really good card. Very high on what Mike Miller can do at the shooting guard position. I think putting him at number 3 is totally fair, to be honest. Number 2, and I understand this is a little bit of a weirder one, but I'm going to go with Clyde Drexler at number 2. I don't generally include point guards at the shooting guard position, but this Clyde Drexler card, number 1, there's a billion free good point guards. So if you're going to move one of the free point guards to shooting guard, should probably be Clyde because he's the biggest at 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan. Hotspots from everywhere. Super complete stats and badges. I could include a couple other point guards on this list. SGA for sure, and maybe 1 or 2 more guys also make this top 10 for sure. But I don't want to fill this list up with point guards. But I did want to put another really good option here, and I think Clyde is that guy. His animations are amazing. His SIGs are truly top tier with Kyrie dribble style, Trey escape, Steph's drag back, and Jamal Murray behind the back. Pro 2 fade, amazing release, super complete stats and badges. Really, only thing he's missing is off handles for days, and even that you can add if you want. He is really, really good, but I will say nobody matches Glenn Rice, especially among non-gambling shooting guards. There's like a chasm between Glenn Rice and everybody else when it comes to the non-gambling shooting guards. This card is the best card in the game with the best release in the game. Unbelievable stats and badges. I have talked about this Glenn Rice ad nauseum for ever since he came out, which was what, I guess four weeks ago now. So this card is absolutely phenomenal in every single way. Amazing release, perfect SIGs, perfect fade, really great size at the shooting guard position at 6'8". He's an elite level versatile defender as well. I think this Glenn Rice is, I mean, when you say end game card, this is what you're talking about. He is going to be on my team likely for the rest of the year, and likely will be for most everybody else's team too. So the non-gambling shooting guards as a whole might not be super deep, but Glenn Rice is certainly not an example of that because he is unbelievably good. So if you have him, your shooting guard position for the rest of the year is basically set, at least one of them if you need it. So as a whole, I don't know. This should, I wish we would get a better, 1 or 2 better non-gambling shooting guards over the next couple weeks, though. Fingers crossed for a good bold shooting guard or something, because that would really help out this position. But as a whole, I think this list is good. It is a little mediocre, but that is okay. Just goes to show we could use another non-gambling shooting guard or 2. So fingers crossed we get a good one in the next week or 2. But that is going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.